Have you ever stared into someone's eyes? They smiled. They nodded. They even told you they were proud. Yet something deep within you twisted, like your soul whispered, "They don't mean it." You couldn't explain it. No evidence, no argument, no betrayal, nothing visible. But something in their energy felt off. Their applause felt forced. Their laughter seemed rehearsed. And when you rose, they paused just long enough before pretending to cheer. That's not your imagination. You're not paranoid. Napoleon Hill spoke of this, the hidden side of human nature, the unspoken shadow. It hides behind polite smiles, hollow compliments, and cheers without soul. But beneath it brews a storm, jealousy, bitterness, quiet hatred, and silent rivalry. Ignore that whisper in your gut and you'll pay the price, mentally, emotionally, even physically. Because when hatred disguises itself as affection, it turns into slow poison. It doesn't stab you, it hugs you while draining your spirit. In this video, I'll show you 8 chilling signs that someone close to you secretly resents you. Not mild dislike, real hate. And most people miss these signs until it's too late, until they've been used, deceived, or broken. But stay till the end. Sign number 8 will flip a switch in your mind and forever change how you read people. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Sarcasm, contempt, the venom behind the smile. You're so sensitive. Relax, I was just joking. Sound familiar? It sounds playful, but it cuts every single time. What if those aren't jokes at all? What if they're weapons masked as humor? Sarcasm isn't always innocent. Sometimes it's precision hate. They know your flaws, your weight, your history, your wounds, and they keep poking them again and again while everyone else laughs. You feel trapped, humiliated, and if you react, you become the problem. Calm down. Don't be dramatic. But let's call it what it is, emotional warfare. Napoleon Hill once observed that negative emotions, left unchecked, turn inward or are projected onto others. People who won't face themselves turn others into emotional punching bags. So their sarcasm isn't comedy, it's contempt. Their laughter, a mask. If their jokes always sting, if you laugh with them but cry later, that's not friendship, that's slow destruction. They're not being funny, they're wounding you, skillfully, consistently, and invisibly. Chapter 2, Subtle Sabotage, the blade hidden in concern. Ever had a friend forget to tell you something crucial, or give advice that made things worse? Missed your big day? Skipped when it counted? Busy again, they say. Once is fine, twice maybe, but every time? That's not forgetfulness. That's quiet sabotage. And it's never a betrayal with a bang. It's a betrayal in a hug. Napoleon Hill warned us, when someone feels inferior, they'll tear others down rather than rise up themselves. They don't want you to win, because every step you take forward reminds them of where they're stuck. So they keep you small, gently, with poor advice, fake support, and accidental setbacks. I was only trying to help, they'll insist, but deep down, they know exactly what they're doing. And the scariest part? They look like your support system, but they're the quiet force draining your confidence behind the scenes. If someone keeps missing your moments, feeding your doubts, and stalling your progress, it's not care, it's control. They don't want to lose you, but only if you stay beneath them. Chapter 3, Silent Competition, when every win feels like a battle. You share a victory, a promotion, a new dream, even a small success. You expect support. Instead, you hear, "Oh, that's great, but guess what I just did?" Suddenly, it's no longer your moment. You rise, and they try to rise higher, not to celebrate, but to outdo. It's never loud, never obvious, but always there. That subtle shift in tone, the forced smile, the constant need to match or beat you. Napoleon Hill reminded us, envy breeds resentment when people neglect their own growth. What they see in you, joy, drive, meaning, reminds them of what they've lost or ignored in themselves. So instead of applauding, they compete. They turn every win into a scoreboard, every celebration into a rivalry. Not because they hate your success, but because your light makes their darkness feel darker. You didn't enter a race, but they did, quietly, secretly, and endlessly. If every success sparks tension, if joy becomes a trigger for subtle rivalry, you're not surrounded by support, you're trapped in a silent battle. This isn't friendship, it's a masked power struggle. Chapter 4, Superficial Kindness. The smile that never touches the soul. They say all the right things, so proud of you, wow, amazing, but something in you doesn't trust it because there's no warmth behind their words. Their eyes wander, their tone feels flat. Real people don't just talk, they show up, they stand by you, they celebrate and suffer with you, but false friends disappear. During your highs, your lows, and when they are around, something feels off, cold, mechanical. Napoleon Hill called it ego-driven detachment. When someone becomes so disconnected emotionally, they can no longer connect to genuine human experience. They don't hate you, but they can't love you either. They float through your life, saying what's expected, but never offering what matters: presence, empathy, connection. If their kindness always feels scripted, if their support disappears when your soul needs it most, this isn't friendship, it's a performance. And no matter how perfect the lines sound, you'll always feel the emptiness behind their smile. Chapter 5, Control Disguised as Care, the most subtle manipulation. It starts gentle. This is for your own good. I just don't want you to get hurt. It sounds loving, safe, but inside, something shrinks. Your posture drops. Your voice trembles. You begin defending yourself. Because what they call care is actually control. No shouting, no orders, just quiet pressure. Like a vine wrapping around you while singing lullabies. You share a dream, they say it's too risky. You act, they say you're being naive. You decide, they suggest you're not thinking clearly. And here's the worst part. They're not always wrong. Sometimes their advice sounds wise, their concerns seem valid, but their words don't lift you. They cage you. You begin second guessing. You start asking permission. Napoleon Hill explained that people who can't master their internal chaos often try to dominate others. Their life is a storm. Their emotions are unstable. So instead of fixing themselves, they try to control you. They don't trust your journey. They trust their grip on you, and they're patient. They won't force you, they'll condition you. They'll make you believe, I need their opinion. I can't move forward without their approval. What if they're right and I fail? But let me ask you, if someone's care leaves you feeling smaller, scared, or unsure, is that really love? True support gives wings. False concern gives chains. Real love says, I believe in you. Even if you fall, I'll still be here. That's real love. But false love says, do it my way. It's safer. They'll mask it as protection, but deep down, it's just possession. If someone always wants to shape your direction, manage your speed, sway your beliefs, while wearing the disguise of concern, it's time to pause and ask yourself, are they shielding you or safeguarding their grip on you? Because one liberates, the other imprisons with a smile. Chapter 6, Gossip. Criticism from the shadows. It's what they whisper when you're gone. You walk into a room and suddenly the smiles disappear. The atmosphere shifts. Eyes meet yours, then dart away. No words, yet something hangs heavy. Something's been spun. That's how gossip spreads, quietly, cleverly, selfishly. When courage is absent, people opt for the coward's weapon. Rather than confront, they contaminate. They don't criticize what you've done. They assassinate who you are. They twist your voice, question your motives, seed doubt in others, all without your knowledge. It's covert. never too blatant, just enough to corrode, just enough to divide hearts while they beam at you like all is well. Why do they do this? Napoleon Hill understood this profoundly. He wrote, "The brighter your light, the longer the shadow it casts in the minds of others." Insecure souls can't digest someone who embraces their truth. They won't rise to your level. They'll try to dim your light. They gossip not because you've wronged them, but because your elevation exposes their stagnation. Your presence reminds them of what's missing in theirs. Your boldness makes their fear obvious. Your serenity disrupts their inner storm, so they resort to silent sabotage. They wound you with words you'll never hear, then greet you like old friends. But here's the truth. Gossip doesn't tarnish your name, it stains theirs. It's not your character on trial, it's theirs being revealed. Those who are whole within don't need to shatter others, but the ones avoiding their own pain, those are the ones who hurl their darkness at you. So the next time you sense the chill, the unspoken shift, remember, their whispers are not your disgrace. They are desperate cries for help. And while they talk behind your back, walk ahead in silence, because your stillness echoes louder than their noise ever will. Chapter 7. No joy in your triumph, absence that screams. Chapter 7. No, I'm proud of you. They reflect on you. They reply to what you would tell. You share your wins. They pry. Silence. No, I'm proud of you. They reply to what you feel it, the emotional frost. And it cuts deep. Why? Because when you were broken, you were relatable. You were harmless. Your hardship comforted their own mediocrity. But now, your glow confronts their shadows. Your success highlights their stalled growth. They can't clap, not because of what you did, but because of what it reminds them they didn't do. Maybe they fake it. That's great, but the vibe betrays them. Their eyes stay dim, their voice lacks spirit, and deep down, you know, they're not happy for you. Because your steps forward feel like steps away from them. Napoleon Hill put it best. If they can't celebrate your joy, they're wrestling with inner defeat. Your wins become a mirror, and what reflects back is their refusal to evolve. So instead of rising with you, they recoil. Not because you changed, but because your change exposes their complacency. It's heartbreaking when those who walked with you in pain can't join you in progress. But you must grasp this. Chapter 8. Body language. The truth can't be faked. Words can be polished, smiles can be staged, praise can be rehearsed, but the body tells on them. When someone secretly dislikes you, they might never utter a word. In fact, they'll say all the right things. I'm happy for you, you deserve it. But while their lips deliver poetry, their body screams betrayal. The smile is too tight, vanishing before it forms. Their eyes stay flat, no sparkle. They avoid your gaze. Their posture angles away. Their tone lacks depth. And the vibe? Off. You sense it before they speak, and no, you're not overthinking. You're not too sensitive. What you're feeling is your primal intelligence, intuition. Napoleon Hill once said, "The subconscious always speaks through the body." Even if the mouth lies, the body leaks truth. Here's what no one teaches you. When someone feels envy, resentment, or rivalry toward you, their nervous system fires instantly. Their jaw clenches, shoulders tighten, breathing shallows, blinking increases. They avert their eyes when you speak of your victories. Their applause is delayed. Their hugs are cold. They lean away instead of toward. These are not coincidences. These are emotional tremors your soul detects before your mind understands. Because your intuition is ancient, designed for survival. Before language, We read energy. We decoded tension. We listened to silence. You're wired to detect hidden threats, especially when they come disguised in cologne and kind words. That's why when you're around someone who secretly resents you, you feel it in your chest, your gut, the air itself. You feel exhausted, uneasy, torn, because their words say friend, but their essence says danger. And that split, the dissonance, is your alarm. But most ignore it. Why? Because society conditions us to value politeness over perception. Conclusion. Now that you've seen the patterns, what's next? You don't need to battle them. Don't waste energy exposing them. Don't stoop to their level. Just protect your peace. Peace is expensive, and you've been giving it away to those who didn't earn it. Because the bitter truth is, not everyone in your circle is in your corner. Some sit beside you, not to cheer, but to keep score, waiting for you to stumble. And those people don't strike with blades. They strike with smiles, slow claps, and silent envy. So today you choose. Keep trying to earn love from those secretly competing with you, or choose yourself. Your growth, your emotional freedom, because self-love begins where fake love ends. If this message resonated, don't keep it locked inside. Share it with someone who's felt these vibes but couldn't name them. Comment below which sign hit you the hardest, which truth opened your eyes. And if you want deeper, raw insights on human nature, hit subscribe. Because this isn't the end, it's just the doorway. We're about to go deeper, bolder, and more honest than ever. Your real journey starts now.